Hey everyone, my name's Ryan, and that's Bramble. And on August the 30th, 2025, I had a prostatectomy after being diagnosed with prostate cancer on July the 2nd, 2025. You've probably heard all the boring statistics, but I wanted to make this video to show you what it's really like. The good, the bad, and sometimes the slightly embarrassing. This isn't just about me, my story. It's about raising awareness, the effects on your family, sharing a laugh, and hopefully encouraging more men to get checked. After all, guys, it's just a cheeky finger that could save your life. This is my personal journey from a simple blood test to life on the other side of the big surgery. So grab yourself a tea, coffee, a beer, a whiskey, and join me on my journey.
Woke up at 3, gotta go again. This tiny gland keeps messing with my day again. It's the size of a walnut, but it runs my life. Big decisions about the surgical knife. This is prostate cancer, from diagnosis to recovery. Me chose the patient, the fighter, he took the biopsy hit, still standing proud. Turn it up now, this is his crown. Prostate cancer, we're facing it with a grin. Stay tuned, the journey is about to begin.
Hello and welcome to the potentially final episode of my prostate cancer journey. Now, what I wanted to do was really put out some thanks. I've made a list which I've actually made a note of because there's a long list of people that I would really love to thank before we get on to the next episode. The next episode is actually a chat with myself and my wife Laura about the effects it has on your partner when you get diagnosed with prostate cancer, or any cancer for that matter. But before I do that and let you watch that, which is around about 50 minutes, so you're going to need a bit of time to sit down and watch this one. But if I could just put some thanks out first, if I may, which basically starts, and I've got a list on my tablet here. So basically, thank you for the people that have taken part in this mini documentary series, whatever you want to call it. Professor Imran Ahmed, my surgeon, based down at Ross Hall Hospital in Glasgow. Amazing man, very knowledgeable man, and I thank him from the bottom of my heart for taking that prostate out for me and doing an amazing job. You really did make me feel at ease, reassured me at all times, and thank you so much for taking the time also for coming to chat with me afterwards. Also like to thank Bill Lightbody, specialist urologist nurse with a degree, Bill. Thank you so much to Bill as well. You've been absolutely amazing. Talking me through everything and calling up and checking on me. I shall speak to you next week, I believe. And also senior charge nurse Dawn Stewart, thank you for taking part in your wee part, taking my bloods and explaining the genetic blood test to everybody. It's really, really helpful. I've had some great feedback from everybody so far. So I'd like to thank those three people for starring in my mini documentary series. So thank you very much for that. Also, thank you to urologist Dr. Sareth Nalagatla, based down at Braehead in Glasgow. If it wasn't for him being very efficient, I would never have gone for an MRI scan and never have found my cancer. So thank you, Sareth, for that as well. Also, Dr. Dan Hoffenenho as well. Thank you so much thank you for doing my biopsy, for giving me some pain when I left. Lovely guy. And I really appreciate your time and being there for me at the end of the phone when I needed to speak to you as well. You've been absolutely fantastic. The other person I would like to thank is Catherine Sims in the physio department. at Rossall Hospital in Glasgow. Again, just want to say thank you very much for putting up with my antics over the video chats that we've had. I should think I was speaking to you again in January. But thank you. You've been amazing. You've all been absolutely amazing. And I just want to put that out there as well. And also Rossall Hospital nursing staff in Glasgow, absolutely amazing, lovely, lovely people. And also big shout out to the catering staff. I'll tell you what, the food in our hospital, people complain about hospital food, but I tell you what, that food was amazing. I was very impressed. So thank you to the catering staff at Rossall Hospital in Glasgow for that. The other thanks I would like to put across to is my friends who are close by, and also the ones that are from afar who couldn't be up here or around me at the time, but you've been all amazing, just overwhelmed by the amount of love and support that everybody's given me, messaging me and everything else. It's been amazing. And a special shout out to my friend Darren, who's also my hairdresser, which I need to contact to get my hair cut for Christmas. And big shout out to Darren. He's the loveliest guy. That man has messaged me every single day, actually, every single day. And I appreciate that so much. It means so much to me. Also, to my parents as well, who came all the way to be there for my surgery, my brothers, my cousins, my aunties, all from afar. It's been amazing. I had to set up a group chat for them all to keep everybody up to date with my movements and what was going on. The love and support I have from my family has been amazing. And also, obviously, my wife as well, Laura. She's been just amazing. And being a newly qualified nurse has been quite handy after my surgery as well. And I thank her from the bottom of my heart for being my absolute rock and carrying on with our normal stupid sense of humour to get me through all of this. And also my stepdaughter Ava as well for keeping her silly humour, keeping me smiling with her stupid humour, which has helped a lot. And I appreciate everyone, my parent-in-laws, brother-in-laws, just everyone's been just amazing, just lovely. So I just wanted to put those special thanks out to everybody. Like I said, I'm a bit dyslexic, so I have got notes here. I basically use humour very much so in my life, and even more so during this process of my prostate cancer journey. I think it's the way that my brain's wired up. Things kind of just fly over my head quite easily. It's not to say that I've not had a hard time, because at times I have had a bit of a hard time with sad, horrible thoughts going through your head. They don't tend to last too long, but I never wanted to let myself get down in the dumps about it. A lot of getting better, getting through it is all up here. It's all mental. So if you can be positive, everyone says, oh, keep positive. It's very cliche, but I used humor a lot because that's just how my brain's wired up, and everybody copes with things a little bit differently. But using humor for me was a really big thing for me to do. So if you're offended by anything I say in the following video, I'm sorry. It's just how I deal with things. And also, sorry, reading through my notes again. That's right, talking. If you are going through or about to go through something similar, please talk. I know a lot of people struggle with just putting their feelings out there. I'm quite an emotional person. I don't have a problem with expressing my feelings and my emotions and showing my emotions as well. So talking is a huge part of getting through this crappy journey that you may be on or going through or about to start. talking is huge. Talk to your family, talk to your partner, talk to your friends. Just blurt it out. It's not for sympathy. And the reason being is it's just how the human brain is wired up, I think. If you speak it, you hear it. And if you hear it, you can process it better. If it's inside your head, you can't process it for some reason. So if you talk to your friends, family, whoever, just put it out there, you hear it yourself and you acknowledge it. And when you acknowledge it, you can deal with it better. So talking is a really great thing. There are support services if you don't feel comfortable with talking to your friends and family. There are support services out there, people you can talk to. No, Prostate Cancer UK, they offer support services as well. But please talk. It really, really does help. And I'd like to thank you all so much for taking the time for watching this 3-part video journey. And if you've not watched the first 2 episodes, please go back to the main channel and you should see another 2 videos on there. So at the moment it's 3 parts and may possibly be a 4th part where I get to talk to another couple who I met when I had my catheter removed, Ray and Laurie. If I can get hold of them for a wee chat with them, because Ray had some slight issues after the surgery and ended up in A&E with an infection. But he's like me. He uses humour very much so like me to get through it. Bless him. And his wife also got diagnosed with cancer within days of him getting his diagnosis and has a lumpectomy and radiotherapy, just like my wife Laura had as well. So if I can't get to speak to them, this will be the final episode. I'll shut up now. But special thanks to everybody that's been involved with this journey that I've been on. Support, love, everything. I really appreciate from the bottom of my heart. I really, really do. I'll shut up now. You can watch the next part. Go make yourself a cup of tea or coffee prior to this, because it's a long one. It's about 50 minutes long. So it's actually quite good, if I may say so myself. But yeah, grab a tea, coffee, push the pause button before you start the next part of me and Laura having a chat. So on that note, I shall leave you there. Thank you so much for watching, taking the time. Please like, share, give it a thumbs up, because if you give it a thumbs up on YouTube, leave a comment, it actually rams it up the list and it gets noticed more. And that is the whole point of these videos that I've done, is to put prostate cancer awareness out there. And hopefully, like I said in previous videos, it will help people through this journey, get some background information about surgery, the process, the emotions that you have to go through or will go through, and your aftermath as well, with your side effects, because it's not just, yes, the cancer's gone now, but I've got issues that I need to deal with in myself, and also navigating through that. So I'm just hoping that people get to see this video and it helps them and makes them feel a bit more at ease, and they see, oh, if he can do it, I can do it. That's my kind of thinking about the whole video thing. It's not about me, it's about putting that awareness out there to try and help people get checked. You know your bodies. If something doesn't feel right, go and get it checked and demand to get checked. Get that prostate checked, get your PSA checked first off. It's super important. And if I can save somebody's life and save the heartache of family, then I've done my job. So anyway, take care of yourselves, everybody. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the next video. Take care. Thank you very much.
You look very professional, I must say.
Thanks very much. You look lovely as well.
Thanks for inviting me onto the show.
As always, how are you doing this week, Laura? I just saw you 5 minutes ago.
Lights are really bright. It looks good.
It's professional. That's why.
Yeah, it looks professional.
Yeah, and also we've got Bramble here as well.
Come here. She's colour coordinated with me today. I like this.
She is.
You going to behave?
Hopefully she won't bark and rev a V8 engine like she does because
No
the window's
oofing.
there. So hopefully
Yeah.
she doesn't make a noise. Not going to make a noise, are you? Can lay
No.
down.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Just do that.
No. So anyway, thanks for joining us. So as you may know, I got diagnosed with prostate cancer July 2nd, 2025.
Yep.
It's now 9 weeks. Is it 9 weeks today?
What is the date? 8th of November.
I think it's 9 weeks.
Right, so what are we, 9 weeks post-op?
Yes, so 9 weeks post-op, and I am feeling pretty much like I did actually prior to my surgery, which is great. A couple of little niggly little pee things, but apart from that, I'm all good.
Yeah.
I'm all good. So obviously I'm making this video to try and put some awareness out there regarding prostate cancer and getting checked, signs and symptoms, etc., etc. But there's also one thing that I wanted to touch on, which is like super important. And throughout my journey, I couldn't have done it without my wife, Laura, who's sat here with me now, having a very strange interview with me.
In our own home.
In our own home. And I kind of wanted to get a perspective from the partner's point of view because she went through her own journey 3 years ago. Was it 3 years ago? You were diagnosed with breast cancer 3 years ago. October just passed.
It's coming up 3 years, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming up 3 years. And Laura obviously went through that and had a lumpectomy and radiotherapy. So I was the partner during that diagnosis and I had to deal with it in my own way. I do use humour to deal with things, which I have done throughout this journey for my own self. But then everybody's different. And I wanted to get a perspective from Laura's point of view and let her speak about how she felt when she got diagnosed. And also like when I got diagnosed, mostly because it's from the partner's point of view, shall I say. So when I was at the hospital having my biopsy and Dr. Dan came in with his tablet and he was showing the MRI scan and you were chatting to him whilst I was trying to sign the iPad. What were your thoughts when you were chatting to him? Were you? Because I think you kind of knew something was not quite right because of what you knew and your knowledge about your scans that you had. So from that point of view, how did that make you feel when you're talking to Dr. Dan, but obviously I found out on July the 2nd that I actually got the diagnosis, and how did that kind of make you feel?
Yeah, so Dr. Dan, is he like the prostate radiologist something or other, isn't he? So he deals with like diagnosis via, well, not a diagnosis, but he looks at MRI scans and says, yes, you need a biopsy, or no, there's no risk here for a biopsy.
Yeah.
So that's his like area. So prior to that, when you got like your GP to check your prostate and there was a lump there, like we weren't too concerned, were we? Because we were kind of like, well, your PSA is low, you're young, it's like you've had symptoms on and off for a long time, and we weren't too concerned. But then I think when after your MRI, when you were told you would need a biopsy, it was like a little bit more concerning, wasn't it? It was starting to creep up a little bit. It's like, and then on the day of your biopsy, so we went down to Glasgow for that because you have private healthcare and you chose to go down that route. The day of your biopsy, I asked him a question, and I don't know if I regret this or not, because I wanted to know what we were looking at, kind of, but at the same time, I didn't want to know.
Yeah.
So I asked him, what your PIRAD score was. So that's like is it like from 1 to 5, 1 being unlikely to be prostate cancer and 5, it's probably you've got prostate cancer, like based on the MRI.
Yeah, but
And
I didn't have a clue what any of that meant. And you were
No.
chatting away to him. I just did not have a clue.
No. So yours was a 4. So to me, at that point, I was like, oh shit, that's not good. Like, and he did say, obviously, sometimes you get a PIRAD score of 4 or 5 and it's nothing. But for a 4, you need a biopsy because that's quite a high risk that what it's showing us on the MRI scan is prostate cancer. But the way he said it, it was the way he said it. It was just like, I don't know. It just made me think, oh, he thinks you have cancer. I just had that feeling like, because I don't know if they use like what's it called?
Code.
No, they use a framework for delivering bad news. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I've seen that before, and I've experienced that before. And I just felt like, honestly, like the floors just disappeared. I was just into total panic mode. And I just instantly felt like I knew that you had cancer, and I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
I'm barely even a nurse. Like, I'm newly qualified.
Yeah. Putting that out there. So,
But I kind of had this, I don't know, is it because I've been through it myself, and it was like, it brought back those feelings the way he was speaking. And I just had this horrible instinct that you have cancer. I know you do. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just pessimism or anxiety, or I don't know. It was weird. I just knew then. And I kind of thought to myself, like, I'm not going to tell you because what if it's not? But also I wanted to gently prepare you because I know what it feels like to be told that you have cancer and not be prepared.
yeah.
To have that massive shock. And it's like, it's something that'll stay with you forever. It kind of haunts you. And if you don't have a little prepare for that, then also I didn't want you to be on your own when you found out, when you got your results, things like that. So over the next wee while, I was like debating, I was like gently trying to prepare you for bad news by, we researched like treatment options and things like that. But at the same time, I was trying to be optimistic and keep you going because it's 2 weeks of hell. Like that 2-week wait when you're waiting for your biopsy results. It's torture because that's all you think about. And you can't not think about it because it's there like a black cloud, like looming over you. And you just waiting for that results to be good news. But at the same time, you lie in bed at night and think, what if it's not, you know? And I knew that there was like a really high chance that it was not going to be good news. But thankfully, like we were busy, weren't we? Because it was the summer.
Yeah.
Like I was training full time, you were working. So we were kept distracted. But I remember driving home from the biopsy because you were still a little bit like out of it from the procedure.
Oh, yeah, it was a bit sore.
You got a general anaesthetic, you were out of it.
Yeah, too right. I got general anaesthetic. Now, Dr. Dan did ask me, he said, Ryan, he said, now you can have an option of having a local or general and get knocked out.
You don't get that on the NHS.
You don't get that on the NHS. He said you don't have a choice at the NHS.
No.
So he said the anesthesists, the anaesthetics people, anesthesists are there anyway. So if you want to get, you might as well, anaesthetists, you might as well get knocked out. So I said, in the words of my cousin Steve, he said, who got diagnosed 3 months before me with prostate cancer as well.
Yeah.
He had a biopsy done.
Oh.
And
it's so undignified.
The way he was talking, we were laughing about it. And I had to say to him, repeating the words of my cousin Ryan, if you have the chance of getting knocked out, get the knocked out.
Yeah, he says if you've got that option, do it because it's really not pleasant and it's quick, but it's not dignified. And so you had the option, so you went for it. So that was fine. So obviously I drove home.
Yeah.
But I managed to get lost on the motorway.
Oh, yeah. That was
I didn't know that was a thing you could actually do.
In Glasgow, you can. Missed the turn, stuck in traffic.
Because that's all I could think about. Like I went into like panic mode. I was like,
Do you think speak it, well, just at that moment in time, do you think it was a bit like PTSD, like bringing back memories that you had when you were kind of going through that?
Yeah.
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 And
And I hate to make it about me. It's not about me.
Yeah.
And I've always said that.
It's like, I'm not making this video about me either, but
I know.
it's everybody's experience and everybody deals with things slightly differently. I know that you've already been through it. And I've been through it with you, and then you've been through it with me. So I kind of wanted to.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Like, it was so triggering. It was so triggering. I felt like I was back in my consultation room being told that I had cancer, and it was really triggering. And it was for you, and it was so hard because it's like you're helpless and it's something that I can't deal with, I can't control and fight, but it was for you. But yeah, it was really triggering. It did feel like it was a strange feeling. I'd never felt that before, and it was like yeah, probably a little bit of like triggered trauma there, like
Oh yeah,
it's it's quite haunting, that sort of area of your part of your life when you go through that, and then there's something that's quite similar that reminds you of it.
And that must have been, I think that must have been really hard for you because you having your knowledge that you have.
You mean I overthink?
No.
And over research.
Over research. No. Just because of your training, you just obviously qualified to be a nurse and going through what you did. Then for you to kind of have some sort of inkling, but not wanting to tell me, which I totally understand, because if the boot was on the other foot, I wouldn't have said anything to you either.
It was a difficult
to protect you.
Yeah, it was a difficult position to be in because I had an insight into what was coming, but I didn't want that for you. But also, I was trying to keep you upbeat over that 2-week wait, but at the same time, try to prepare you for like a fundamental moment of your life that potentially could change things. It would have been a lot easier had I not been through that myself, and I wasn't so like maybe involved in healthcare. I don't know. There is that. It is difficult, yeah.
And then obviously 2 weeks later, I find out.
Yes.
Actually,
weird how you found out.
It's a bit weird how I found out because I had a meeting booked with Imran,
your surgeon,
surgeon, to obviously give me the news of the biopsy. And I had it booked in for, I think it was like 6 or 6:15 or something like that. And I was out and about, and I got a phone call from Ross Hall Hospital in Glasgow, and it was a reception, and she said, "Oh, just getting you booked in for tonight for 8 p.m. with
the oncologist."
With the oncologist.
That was mental.
And then when she said that, I said, "Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. I thought I already had an appointment booked." And she goes, "Oh no, this is with the oncologist." I went, "Okay, that's fine." And I didn't think anything of it.
And then you Googled oncologist.
Like, And then so I hung up. I said, "Thanks very much. Bye." Put the phone down because it was that afternoon. I was going to have the phone call, video with Imran. And I pulled up at home and I was like, oncologist? What the hell's an oncologist?
Why am I meeting with an oncologist?
So I Googled it and it said cancer doctor. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that knocked me right in the face.
So you knew before you were told, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew before I was told. And so I had Dr. Dan's number. And so I phoned him and I said, Dan, I've just had a phone call from Ross Hall booking me in to speak to the oncologist tonight. And he kind of went silent for a few seconds. And I kind of knew it was bad news.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm out and about at the moment. I'll give you a call back in 45 minutes. So he said, I'll check. So he went back home and he checked, and then he phoned me back and he told me, he said, I wanted to tell you now. So you had a bit of So you kind of knew before you got told, almost kind of thing.
Mhm.
And then obviously, you were there at the time.
Yeah, I was at work, and then you messaged me to say that, like, I was going to get off early to come to your appointment anyway in the
Yeah.
evening, and then you messaged me to say, I just got a phone call about an oncologist, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm coming home.
Yes.
Because obviously,
So you got home literally like minutes before Dr. Dan called me back.
yeah.
And then when I had that phone call, I remember I was stood by the bin in the kitchen. You were sat down, and I remember him telling me, and I could just see your face. And it was almost like, because you've sort of almost had a weird inkling
Mm-hmm.
to start with. And then when they told me, I mean, how did that make you feel? Because that was, I mean, it was quite difficult for me to hear. It was obviously very difficult for you to hear. And getting that news.
Yeah. Just devastating, you know. No one wants their partner to go through anything like that. But I think because I've been through it, I kind of especially didn't want you to go through it. That doesn't make sense. No, I mean, yeah, I just, like, for a man and prostate cancer, it's really difficult. It's really hard to deal with everything that comes with it. So yeah, it was heartbreaking. I just thought, and also it was just like, why? You know, it's only been 2 and a bit years since we went through my treatment. Like, why is this happening again? Like, how? Like, we're both young. Like, I was 34, you're 40 something.
49 soon.
What the hell? Like, surely not. This cannot be happening. So yeah, just pure devastation. I was like just so heartbroken that you were going through it. And also very concerned because I didn't know what stage, like at what, where was it? How far gone was it? You know, there are all these questions that go through your head.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes on top of it after that. You know, you're like, what can be done? Where is it? How do we treat it? What are the side effects? It's huge. It just opens a whole new dimension
Yeah. Yeah.
of stress.
Because you obviously deal with things a little bit differently to me. I use humour very much so in my life. And I've used humour a lot during this little process.
Yeah, I do as well.
Yeah, you do. You do. But I think
we are very different.
Yeah,
when it comes to stress and stuff. Like, you're naturally positive and resilient. Like, that's just how your brain is. You don't overthink things. You
not really. No.
You have little blips and then you get over it. Like, so envious, so lucky.
I don't know why my brain's like that. Actually, it's quite handy. Actually,
it is quite handy.
And I don't know. A lot of folks know if you breast cancer to get. It's
no,
prostate
cancer's
cancer.
nice.
It's like, no, hold on a minute. If it goes too far, then it's not good.
No.
And you do get those horrible thoughts coming into your head as well.
And I seen you like that a few times, but not often. So I think when I seen you like that was when you were waiting for your bone scan.
Yeah.
And you kind of had, or the results of your bone scan, and you kind of had like moments of fear where you're like, oh, I'm like aching, I'm a bit sore. What if? Which is totally valid because I've had those thoughts, you know, so I was trying not to like minimize your very real fears, but also like trying to keep you positive and keep to the facts, you know.
Yeah.
But those are, people don't voice them a lot, you know, those like health anxiety fears. But they are very real.
Yeah.
And you can spiral if you cling on, if you can't get out of the thought pattern of thinking. It's a death sentence, you know, what if this, what if that? It's quite scary. but you didn't get it for long. And I hope going forward you don't get like that again, but you probably will, like, because now you have 6 monthly blood tests to check your PSA levels, and you will get those anxiety moments, like when you're waiting for your test results.
Yeah.
Like, it's just normal.
Yeah, I mean, I even had them for the first PSA blood test, which was last week. But, oh God, I hope this is all right. And then I just reassured myself and thought, well, my PSA was only 1.5 anyway. And it's contained, so I'm kind of concerned
Yeah.
that it was going to be 0.
This is
or
it. If you
0
just
reading,
stick to
which
the
is what you
facts.
need.
Yeah.
And then obviously, and then when I had my surgery, Ross Hall Hospital on the 30th of August. Bloody hell. That was pretty savage, actually. I was actually quite worried. I even transferred and gave you access to my bank accounts because I thought something was going to happen to me.
What, during surgery?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. I was shit my pants. I thought something was going to happen to me, or they were going to find something else, or I was worried.
Is that because you read the small print, the risks?
Oh, flipping heck! I'll tell you what,
They're
guys.
terrifying.
Right? Just
don't read them.
Don't read the small print. These are the side effects.
If you want to sleep at night, don't read the possible side effects.
The possible side effects. There's like a list of, oh my God, so many. And you read them, oh my God, that's going to happen. Oh my God, look at that one. Look at that one. Oh my God. And it's literally imminent death almost. Imminent death afterwards. It's like, oh, blood clots. Oh, look, you name it. It was on there. But obviously,
they have to, don't they? Even for minimally invasive procedures, there's all these like small print that you have to sign and say that it is terrifying. I didn't feel that when you went in for surgery. I think maybe because, I don't know, because of my training, I've been in surgical procedures and I've seen like loads of things, and I knew you were totally safe, so I didn't feel that when you went in. I did, however, feel quite sad, actually. Like, do you remember when you went down and like I was really upset when we were saying bye?
Oh yeah.
Did you think you weren't coming back? Right? Yeah. No, I didn't think that. I thought I felt like I was saying goodbye to potentially the man that I married, in a way. Not in, like, I felt like something was going to change afterwards.
What did you think was going to change?
A few things, because again, maybe I was projecting my experience onto you. I felt like I've changed after my treatment and my experience, good and bad. Like, things were just going to change, and it was like an ending for me, and I didn't know what was coming after with the side effects and how you would be and how we would be as a couple. So it was like everything was going to change at that moment. So I was kind of saying bye to something, part of us, which is very sad, isn't it?
Well, sad case.
It just demonstrates like how much I overthink.
No, not really. Yeah, I know you do think a lot.
It just felt like an ending. It was like, oh my God, everything's going to change now.
Because
potentially,
because you read,
because of what we were told. No, it's because of what we were told about what would happen after.
Yeah,
and you had no choice but to go for a prostate removal because everything else was too high risk for.
Yeah, having radiotherapy was and hormone replacement hormone therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And they told me the side effects of that, and I'm 48. I was like, no chance.
No.
I can't be doing that. I'd rather get it whipped out.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a couple of days to go back to the surgeon and say, no, I'm just going to get it taken out.
But it's either that or die.
Yeah.
And that was a hard day hearing that, when your surgeon and the oncologist said your best bet is to have it removed However, you're going to have A, B, and C. If you don't have it removed, it's going to spread and eventually kill you.
Yeah.
So you were really cornered into that. That was devastating, like hearing that day.
It's literally, you have no choice because the side effects almost the same, similar when you have radiotherapy, but it's the hormone drugs that was not, I couldn't be doing with that. They just take all your thoughts away about everything sexual, and it's like nothing happens, and I just couldn't be doing with that. And
they affect your mood and everything, don't they?
So I literally I got rammed into a corner which I couldn't get out of, and there was I had no choice.
You had no choice but to risk erectile dysfunction and incontinence. Yeah. And it was quite a high risk.
Yeah.
Quite high, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because I remember Imran, if I remember rightly, he did say to me one side was fine because there was 2 lumps. There was a 5 millimeter lump on the right side and then a 1 millimeter, 1.2 millimeter lump on the left side. And he said, yeah, left side's fine. He said, might have a slight difficulty on the other side. But thank God, he did say to me he spared all those nerves. And those nerves are the ones that obviously give you erections, which is going to take quite a bit of time to come back.
Yeah. I think that's something that people don't talk about.
Yeah.
Whether it's a side effect of prostate cancer or treatment or just in general, people don't talk about it and how it affects a man.
Yeah, it's a huge thing. Yeah. It is. That's your manhood, isn't it? And if that's not working, it's quite deflating. Like
physically, psychologically, like your self-esteem, every aspect, I think, of a man. It's just like, that's been the most difficult thing maybe for you to navigate, do you think? Or
yeah, I think so.
Or having cancer in general.
Yeah, just
because you don't have cancer.
Thing.
Yeah, you don't have it
worst
anymore.
Thing. When they told me, I was like, and then I said, well, I've got to have a prostatectomy, and then the after effects, it's like, oh, that's the worst thing. I couldn't deal with peeing my pants, but it's my erections. That's not cool. And then, of course, I thought, that's not going to come back. It's going to take 6 months, a year, the low 2 years. I'm like, oh, no, can't be doing this.
And that's if it was spared. So you didn't even know if it was going to come back.
Yeah, but lucky enough afterwards, he said that he'd spared all the nerves. So I was like, thank God for that. He said, well, come back. It was going to take some time. So, which is good. I mean, because those after effects of having that surgery, how does that make you feel? Because it only affects me, it affects you as well. Yeah. Because having ED is not cool for either of us.
No. Yeah, you kind of feel like your heart breaks for you.
Yeah.
As a partner, your heart breaks for you. But also you kind of go through like a little bit of grief or something in your relationship that you took for granted, but it's a huge part. And you feel helpless because there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
But yes, it is difficult. It's difficult, but I just think like I can't even imagine what it'd be like for a man because there's nothing that you can like compare it to for a woman. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No. It's it was really tough.
Mm-hmm. And we're still going through that. That's what we're navigating at the moment, isn't it? It's just like that part of it. And this is what I always say to people about cancer. That it's the side effects of treatment and the afterwards that got me more.
Yeah.
Than the actual going through surgery and treatment. It's all very quick and you're like processed and very lucky that caught it early, but you still feel you've got a lot to navigate afterwards.
Yeah, it is the aftermath. That bit is quick. You think, I got diagnosed July the 2nd, I was in August 30th, done. I wish everything else was done within that space of time.
Yeah, you kind of feel that you don't have time to process it because you go into, I think some people can go into like survival mode and you've got like a huge amount of support around you because you're newly diagnosed and you've got appointments and plans and whatnot. And then when all that ends, you have time to think and time to process what actually just happened there and kind of develop like a sense of threat, you know, that you've never really experienced before. And it's dealing with all that. And then, I don't know, there's an element of guilt as well because you have been lucky. You're not lucky, but you are lucky when it comes to cancer because you caught it early, and there's a lot of people that don't. So you kind of feel that you can't complain about it sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you feel that, or is that just me?
Do you know what? People will say, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that," and I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's all good. I'm all good. I'm all good."
Yeah.
But on the other foot, I literally, I never wanted sympathy from people.
No,
I didn't want it.
It's so awkward.
Yeah, it's not only that. It's just like it's not an attention thing, and it's like I'm not doing this video for me. I'm doing it to raise awareness for prostate cancer, and I just have a different way of dealing with things.
Yeah.
As well. I did have a train of thought which I lost.
What were we talking about? Do you feel guilty?
Oh yeah. So and all I've thought so many times is there's people worse off than me.
Yeah.
Not just with prostate cancer, but with cancer in general.
Yeah.
I know a few people who are going through a horrific time.
Yeah.
And I do feel I feel very fortunate. I feel very lucky, actually.
Yeah.
Not fortunate. I'm very, very lucky.
In a weird kind of way. It's like it could have been so much worse.
Yeah. And I'm just lucky that the urologist in Glasgow saw me first off. He said to me, "Oh, I don't think it's cancer, and your age and your PSA level's low. Maybe from the infection he had last year," which turned out wasn't the infection until it was actually cancer. But he said, "I'll get you an MRI scan done just in case." And that was because I reckon it's because it was private. I feel really so fortunate.
That's scary, isn't it?
Private medical insurance, because I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not putting the NHS down too much. I'm not sure whether a urologist in Inverness would have said, "Oh no, we'll get you for an MRI just in case."
Yeah.
But because it's private, maybe they look after you a bit better. I guess they do. I had amazing service at Ross Hall Hospital. Amazing people down there, by the way. The nurses, the staff, Dr. Dan, lovely guy. Imran, he is the loveliest man ever.
Yeah.
He's so cool. And it was him. It was the urologist, and it was almost found by accident.
Yeah.
Pretty much, really. If it wasn't for him saying, "We'll get you for an MRI scan."
Maybe he was just saying that, though, to not freak you out. He probably would, they said there was a firm area and a lump. I don't think they would have just ignored that in the NHS.
I would like to think so.
Yeah.
I would like to think so. But on the other hand, I don't know how long I would have had to have waited.
This is true. You would have had to wait a while.
Yeah.
That's scary, isn't it?
Yeah. And I was kind of told that maybe if I'd left it another 6 months to maybe a year, then that cancer could have broken out of the shell of the prostate.
Yeah.
Which meant going into either my bones or my bladder or somewhere else. And then I would have had bigger issues.
Yeah, it's frightening.
Bless him, like my cousin who had broken through the shell and his PSA level was like sky high, it was like 26 or something, like huge. And that's obviously went on to his hip bone and his rib, and he's had to have chemotherapy, and he's on hormone therapy as well, which is horrible for him.
Especially when people say it's a good cancer to have. It's like, it's not. Cancers. Like, obviously there are more aggressive ones out there that are faster growing, but for him.
Yeah, exactly. Was it just a crazy amount of, I don't want to talk statistics. Was it 65,000 men in the UK got diagnosed with prostate cancer last year?
5,000?
60,000. 65,000.
I was going to say, is that all?
65,000. Pretty sure it was 65,000 roughly. And I think 10,000 men last year died of prostate cancer.
Yeah.
Leaving it too long. So I do feel very fortunate.
Yeah.
And lucky as well. I don't think, you mentioned about like survivor's guilt, like you went through it.
Yeah.
You have this. I don't think I have survivor's guilt. I just feel really lucky.
Yeah.
I really do. Well, that's maybe how my brain's wired up.
I think it is.
I feel quite lucky
Yeah, that's good.
because and I've always said to myself, like, constantly, there's people far worse off than me.
Yeah, there always is.
Yeah, and it's pretty sad. So
But that's what I mean when we talk about like your side effects and the struggle of what you went through and all that. You do feel kind of like, oh, there's so many people that are worse off. Like,
yeah,
but it doesn't invalidate what you went through.
No, definitely not.
But yeah, it's just to acknowledge that there's so many people out there that are worse off, and I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's me. I just overthink things. I totally downplay it to people. Even when I got diagnosed, I'm like, I'm fine. It's early. It's fine. And then like I ended up with struggling for it for like a year because I suppressed it so much.
Yeah, I played it down. Everyone thinks you're fine.
I'm fine.
No, you don't need to check on them anymore.
I know.
They're fine.
And then I got treated and all that, and I'm like, oh, actually, I'm not fine. That was quite traumatic.
Yeah.
So that was like, I'm so glad that you don't feel that, because that was my concern for you, is that it was going to change the foundations of you as a person, which it does, because it does. It shakes up everything. You look yourself differently. Your priorities change. It's a life-changing event.
Yeah.
And you probably
totally
do feel different, and I can't put it into words, but anyone that has been through it will maybe get what I'm saying. It just changes you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I totally know what you mean.
What is the words for it then?
I think it changes you, doesn't it?
That just sounds a bit
I think,
shit though.
Yeah, get a bit less tolerance for.
Oh yeah, your
things
priorities.
I mean, I'm already laid back anyway.
But your priorities change.
You do.
You worry about different things, like little insignificant things do not matter anymore.
Even more so with me now.
Yeah.
I think, seriously, stop moaning about it. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
Just to hear people moaning about just really petty things. Like, there's worse things going on in this world.
And do you feel that
somebody pushed in front of you at the queue at the bloody post office or something? Get over it.
What you mean? That still piss you off, Ryan?
Yeah, no, it would actually.
I think things just change. Like, it just shakes the foundation of you as a person, and spiritually as well. Like, you look at things differently.
Yeah.
It does. It changes your perspective on life. And sometimes that can be negative, but sometimes it can be positive in a way that you're like, well, I'm going to do this now because I'm only here once and you don't know what's coming. So I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And I'm not going to like care about it. I'm just going to do it.
So when do you think those feelings that you were just talking about, like things a bit more like insignificant, do you think they've got even stronger since you found out that I had prostate cancer?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I kind of felt like that anyway, because I'd been through similar. But then when it happened to you, yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, it was like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. We need to just live life to the full and make everyone else aware that you need to get checked and not be afraid to go and get seen to at any age, because you're young doesn't mean anything to us.
Yeah.
Because of what's happened to us both.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's just, yeah. Don't listen to that. Because you're too young, it's an old man's cancer. Well, I'm 48 and I got it. So, bless him, Chris Hoy got it and he was 47. And again, bless him, he's in a way worse position than me, and he's having a big fight on his hands, and he's very poorly. But that runs in his family. I think he had a father and his uncles had it. And this is a weird thing because there's no prostate cancer in my family. And then suddenly this year, both myself and my cousin on my dad's side, he gets prostate cancer as well as me. So yeah, it's pot luck. It's like a bloody lottery.
Yeah, only the elite are welcome into the cancer club.
Yeah. Remember the cancer club now. Use the cancer card. You need to park somewhere. Use a disabled toilet. You come out. They get funny looks. Oh, sorry, I have a prostate
What
cancer.
was it my cousin said? It was so funny. She's like, you two are being really selfish taking all the cancer.
Yeah.
So we just have to laugh about it. That is literally what we do, without being disrespectful to
people that are in a worse position.
Yeah, because that's... But it's also like, do you notice as well, I don't like to freak people out. I want to raise awareness, but at the same time, I don't want to scaremonger people, because I get this a lot when you tell people, they kind of go, oh, that could happen to me, and without scaremongering people, how do you raise awareness?
Yeah, no, totally. I know that a bunch of people went and got checked.
Yeah.
After I got diagnosed.
Yeah, good.
It does kind of give people a kick up the bum and think, oh, shit, I better go and get checked as well. I think that will die off, actually. As in, like, you get, that first initial flow of people saying, I'm going to go and get checked, I need to get checked. And then you do think that. I thought that in the past, somebody's got ill and you think, oh, shit, I'm going to better go and get checked out. Or you suddenly think, oh, I've had that.
Yeah.
And then it passes and then you don't bother. But, I will talk about the signs and symptoms as well. And maybe another part of the video, but this is all about you, Laura, and how, this journey's affected you.
I don't like talking about myself.
No, it's not about yourself, though.
feelings.
It's from a partner's perspective.
Yeah, no, it's
This is
very
not about
important.
me either, really. It's just from a partner's point of view. You're preparing people, hopefully, watching this, preparing them for what they may have to go through, depending on how their brain's wired up, obviously. If you are quite an overthinker and slightly anxious, then listen to Laura. Because that's how your brain's wired up, whereas mine's wired up differently to that. And obviously I went through being the partner after you was diagnosed. And just, obviously I was worried, sick. Oh my God, like so worried.
I never seen that. You didn't show it.
No, because I know how you are wired up and having me being down in the dumps and
not going to help.
It's not going to help the situation at all.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I was bloody worried, like really, like scared for you, and you have those thoughts for your partner as well. The horrible thoughts about losing them and what they're going to go through, and it's not. It's
not a nice feeling because you can't do anything about it, and you just feel helpless a bit. But at the same time, like you say, you're trying to put on a brave face because you don't want to worry them on top of how worried they are. So yeah, it is a difficult position to be in, but there's like loads of stuff online about supporting men through prostate cancer if your partner is going through it, which I find quite helpful. But I don't know. Like you say that you couldn't go through it without me, but I don't actually think I did anything.
Well, you did. Because you're just being yourself.
Oh dear. Oh no.
Well, we get on really well.
Lucky
and
you.
we were a very silly household.
The key is communication. And sometimes that's very difficult because you can just put your head in the sand and get on with your life and not talk about things. But we're quite good at communicating, aren't we?
Yeah.
And quite open and be quite vulnerable with each other, which I'm lucky that you are like that. You're quite vulnerable and you're not afraid to show your emotions. So it's quite good just to be in communication with each other and check in.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. It's super important to talk to each other.
Just try and stay on the same page.
Yeah.
And if you're not, talk about it.
Yep. It's talk and don't be embarrassed about it. as well. Because even it can be embarrassing for guys, even to talk to their partners, their wives, whoever, about it.
Uh-huh.
For sure. And I know people who are like that.
Yeah.
Even talk about like going to the doctor about something a little bit embarrassing.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, again, I'm not like that. I really don't care. Just spill the beans. But yeah, no, talking to your partner is very, very important. Just saying.
Yeah. And also looking after yourself as well, like with your own circle of people separately.
Yeah.
I found that really helpful. I'm lucky I've got a nice group of friends and family that have been checking in on me as well.
Yeah.
Throughout all this.
Yeah.
As well as you.
Yeah. That's super important, having your friends
support
and your own little support network for you who's not going through the cancer. But
yeah.
And again, talking to them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to
speak vulnerable and open about how you. And some people might not know what to say, and that's okay. Like, or they say things with good intentions, but even just having someone listen, to hear you out, is quite therapeutic. So that's good to have that.
Yeah, talk support network. There are obviously services out there for men going through prostate cancer. Support services, you can contact them. I'll put some details in the video for support services, but they do offer it to you if you need it. I didn't need it because it's the way my brain's wired up. But yeah, there are support networks out there, but talk and voice your concerns and your thoughts and your emotions as well, and don't be afraid if you need to break down and have a cry about it, because it's worrying. You will worry about your partner, and you will have not very nice thoughts about losing them, even though there's high chances that you're not, but it does pop in your head. You can't help it, and you have those thoughts when you get diagnosed as well. So the boot's been on the opposite feet. We've both been through both things. We've both had cancer. We've both been the partner in the relationship who's the opposite person.
But we're very different. We are very similar in a lot of ways, but how we have like thought process and how we deal with things are very different.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. We bounce off each other. I think we complement each other.
Maybe,
very much so. Yeah. So anyway, we'll wrap this up.
I really need a pee.
That's nice. We'll wrap this up because Laura needs a pee. And the batteries run out on one of the cameras. So I just want to thank Laura, my wife, my beautiful wife, my best friend.
Oh, look, he's so emotional. I love it. I'm glad you're still here.
Yeah, me too. If you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. And thank you for being my rock.
Oh, I've not even done anything. Oh.
I love you.
Oh, I love you.